In this video, we're going to UV two things: the front window shutter and the awning. Let's start with the window shutter first. Select it, and we're going to reset the rotation back to 0. If you remember, we had this set to 35.707, so it fits perfectly on a corner angle of the building. And we kept that rotation in, so let's set it back to 0 so it's straight. This will be easier to UV. And then when we're done, we'll rotate it back into position. Let's isolate select and apply UV grid texture material. We're going to project on the x-axis. Select all the faces. Go to UV, planar options, and choose x-axis. This will project, stretching the UVs out to fill the 0 to 1 space. So we need to go back to options and enable keep image width and height ratio, and then project again. Our UV shell is inside out, so we need to flip it. I have flip function on my custom tool shelf, but you can go to modify and choose flip. Make sure you select the UVs first and then flip them. Now the numbers are facing in the right direction. Let's set our textile density, and then we're going to unfold along U and V. This will properly display our UV shell and fix any distortion and stretching we might have had. That's looking pretty good. And now let's set textile density to 1 again. We're going to move the UVs out of the way, outside 0 to 1 space, delete history, and put the rotation on Y back to 35.707, placing the window shutter back into position. We're now done UVing the window shutter. Now let's move on and complete the awning. Select it, and we're going to apply UV grid texture material. Then run automatic unwrap. We're going to select this edge and move and sew the top and the front UV shell pieces together. And we're going to do the same thing for underneath the awning. Next, we just need to arrange and organize all the UV shells. Make sure to set textile density first and then arrange all the UV shells. Otherwise, you'll have to rearrange them again. We're going to overlap the two similar shells that are on each side of the awning. So I'm going to hold down V, select each UV, and left click hold and drag to snap that UV over existing UV shell. And we're going to do this for both sides. We're also going to overlap the UV shell that's underneath the awning with the one that's on top. So these overlapping UV shells will share the same texture. And now let's position these finished UVs within our work in progress layout. Select everything in the scene so we can see the UVs. Then select the awning and the window shutter UVs and move them right here on the bottom within the rest of the completed UVs. We are now done with UVing the window shutter and the awning.